So Alex Pereira appears to be 22 pounds over the 205 weight limit, 6 days away from his main event against Magomed Ankalaev. We're going to talk about that. Um, talk about whether or not Alex Pereira is coming in prepared, focused, and then I also want to talk about what is it over here? Oh yeah, the news about KSI calling out Dillon Danis once again. That'll be at the latter half of this video. Don't wasting time though. Let's get into it. So, 2 hours, but well, I did not mean to do that. Uh, who else was the man, the myth, the legend, Chael Sonnen broke this on his YouTube channel. I watched this earlier, and pretty interesting. Alex Pereira's 22-pound makeup won't be problematic against Magomed Ankalaev. He's very used to this number, which is one of the points we'll address in this video. UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen believes that Alex Pereira's weight cutting journey ahead of his impending showdown against top contender Magomed Ankalaev will not be as hard as everybody is anticipating. Pereira is set to defend his UFC light heavyweight strap for the fourth time and will lock horns with Ankalaev this weekend at UFC 313. 6 days before the event, Peloton stepped on the scales, revealing he is his current weight to be 225 or 227.5, which means he needs to cut 22.5 pounds, um, whether competing at middleweight previously or light heavyweight. The Brazilian champ has never experienced any problems cutting weight, which is another thing you have to factor in. He never missed weight at middleweight. I don't think he'll miss weight at light heavyweight. It's more the number you have to talk about here. Just to remind you, and this is from Chael Sonnen, 22 pounds over on fight week is the exact same thing that Pereira used to be over when he was fighting down a weight class. So he is very used to this number of 22 pounds. But it doesn't make, but it does make you wonder uh, just how big this guy is. I mean, he's already moved up 22 pounds just to get to this weight class. He remains 22 pounds over. This is a conversation of him being a heavyweight that some people myself are really hoping for. How big could he get? Could he get up to 240? Absolutely, he can. And then uh, there's a little thing about his special weight cut method. Um, he Shell goes on to share that it takes him about 4 hours to lose 10 kilograms. We have a special method, or a special method. Oh, I'm still getting over being sick, so pardon me. But man, if you walk around at 2:30, and I want to first address him going into this fight and the potential he is overlooking Magomed Ankalaev, and I feel like that could be a possibility, but it's different from any other fighter. When we've seen John Jones overlook countless fighters, Gustafsson, Dominic Reyes, Thiago Santos, and they become really close fights. But you know, John Jones, greatest fighter of all time, one of the greatest fighters. I feel like Pereira's conditioning and the kind of conditioning that he has been doing for decades now in kickboxing now in MMA. Like Chael said, he's used to this massive weight cut. He knows what he is doing going into a fight. And on fight night, you could assume he probably brings back 80% of that. So you're fighting a guy at 205 who's more like 230, possibly 240. Uh, at the low end, he would be, high 220s, which is a big difference. And I know that the weight cut culture is what it is. We've seen people who cut massive amounts of weight, like Alex, but not at the pace, not at the um, not at the same uh, what's the one? Like the same amount of time. Right? Fighters aren't fighting on a 3 to 5 month basis. Mike Pereira is doing right now because when you look at it, October, November, December, January, February, March. Okay, so it's his first, one of his first 6 month playoffs. But we know that he's gonna be active. Win or lose, he will fight again this year. Um, I'll go into my prediction more tomorrow, but like we will never get another opportunity like this where we have a guy who came in, rocketed up the rankings, had the Israel Adesanya rivalry built in to this run, makes it up there, comes back in the fifth round, TKO's Izzy. Okay, Izzy wins the fourth fight, moves up to light heavyweight. Does really good against Jan. A very close fight, but even in that fight, for a guy that had very minimal grappling training, he did really good, and he won that fight. Then you move on to the Yuri fights. Yuri again, insanely talented fighter, very unorthodox style. He has a grappling threat. He didn't use it. Kowalski could have had a grappling threat. Jamal Hill has a grappling threat. When you look at Magomed Ankalaev, though, you look at the run he's on. Okay, he's on knockout power. He does have wrestling, but it's not what people think. Like, he's not the traditional Dagestani wrestler that has all the little tricks here and there. I feel like, in my eyes, this is Pereira's. The way Pereira is looking at this right, he's 37, 38. He only has a year or two tops, maybe three. And for him, not saying if he beats Magomed on Glab, that won't be a big win on his record. It will. But when you're talking about going for three titles, something that nobody has done in the UFC, I know Anatoly exists, and other people have done it in other promotions, but we have never seen anybody this close to accomplishing it, this close to being able to comfortably move up and comfortably challenge these fighters like a Thomas or a John Jones. We'll have to see how this fight goes this Saturday. But in my eyes, I feel like okay, if he wins, obviously it's heavyweight. If he gets the only way I can see him staying at light heavyweight is if Uncle Ive goes out there and starches him, which I don't think he'll be able to do. I don't think Pereira's chin at light heavyweight is the same at middleweight. I don't think um Alex Pereira's grappling has stayed the same, working with it go over to Shara and bringing in other fighters. I have a hard time thinking that. So when you're looking at this, you're looking at the fact it's Ramadan. Magomed Ankalaev is coming in fasting already, fighting under Ramadan, which has been a major um, point in this fight. And then, like, it's difficult to put into words. Like, Magomed Ankalaev, I feel like he's good. I think that he would be a good champion. But being a champion, being a star, and then being a mega star, those are three completely different things. Magomed and Uncle Ive, they don't make the kind of money that they would make if Pereira was champion. They wouldn't make the kind of money they would make if Jamal Hill did it for Oscar. Not saying that Uncle Ive couldn't build into that star, but I don't think he could live up to being the face of the UFC. Um, Now anything can happen in the cage. It's just when I look at this fight, when I look at you know 4 title defenses, if he wins, goes up, beats Tom Arslan, John Jones, wins the heavyweight belt. He did all that in 4 years. Like it's we're never gonna see that. We're never gonna see this kind of run that we are seeing from Pereira. I think that he'll make the weight comfortably. Um, I don't really see him missing weight. We've seen this before, and yeah. Now, as I die, I want to move over to the last bit of this video to talk about this KSI Dillon Danis thing, and KSI revealing that Dillon Danis was broke due to being sued by Logan Paul, which I think is one of the most bitchiest moves Logan Paul made in his career. If you guys don't know, he sued Dillon Danis for making fun of his fiance wife ahead of the ahead of their fight. But reading this here, Dillon Danis crossed a few lines when promoting his Logan Paul boxing match, which took place in late 2023. In fact, some of his pre-fight trash talk resulted in a retaliatory lawsuit from Paul's fiance, Nina Agdale. Which, if you don't know anything about his fiance, there were a couple videos where she she was a bit thirsty. You know, she was craving Costco hot dogs, we'll say, and made multiple videos um showing just how hungry she was. Anyways, not judging, not my life. Um, KSI goes on to say, well, I mean, he has to show up. He's getting screwed by Logan Paul, so he needs all the money he can get. That's one reason, and yeah, I mean, this guy is absolutely nothing. I really mentioned, I already mentioned he was fourth, fifth choice. I just don't see him pulling out. Dylan Dennis withdrew from their booking in early 2023. This is going to be an easy fight, Dylan Dennis said. You see the forehead on him. I'm going to be landing big shots on him. First time he's taken off his bandana. He's turning 32. I'm excited to a punch on the head. I already hit him with the coffee. We doing the face to face, and he was quite scared shitless. I'm not worried at all. I can't. Um, so like it says there, this fight was supposed to happen in 2023. Fell apart. Now, Dillon Danis' reputation in the in the MMA community as a whole is it's not great. Let's not sugarcoat it here. Um, he's been in like he's been around the influencer scene for quite some time. Let's see. Um, was yeah. Uh, I guess this bout is happening in March. He lost to Logan Paul in a fight where he really didn't do much in it. Uh, Throughout his career, he had a good run in Bellator for a bit. Mainly known for being a jiu-jitsu guy though. But like for this one here, one unless I don't know how involved KSI is in the lawsuit, but like if I'm stressing one thing enough about this subject, the lawsuit was a bitch move, and you know Logan Paul comfortably won their boxing match. I feel like KSI proved that he's a better boxer. He's training more actively in boxing as opposed to oh, excuse me, Logan Paul being in WWE. I forgot if he was a part timer or whatever when the Dillon Danis fight happened. But KSI, I don't know. In my eyes, from the little I've seen, he's been focused on boxing for the last little bit here. And I don't have much confidence in Dillon Danis' stand up. Um, I guess it would sell. I don't know how much it would sell though. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that on there because I don't really see the point in making a big video about KSI and Dillon Danis. But I just wanted to give my thoughts. I think if it does happen, I would lean towards KSI. But who really gives a shit at this point? It's influencer boxing. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Alex Pereira's current weight cut that he's facing? What do you think about his chances moving into Saturday? Look out for my predictions video. I'll probably make them tomorrow. Yeah, I'll make them tomorrow. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. Later.